Hiya! Welcome to the Pseudo Yarn Club Podcast. I'm Terry. I'm the dyer behind Fine Fish Yarns, and you can find me all over the internet as Fine Fish Yarns. So that's Facebook and Instagram and Ravelry and Twitter. I don't really use it. Welcome back. If you are coming back to watch another one and you have been waiting a while, I'm sorry. Time just got away with me. I didn't realise it had been so long, and then every time I tried to record one, something came up, or I actually recorded this on Monday. Today is Saturday, but next door was getting building work done, so it was kind of useless, and this is the first chance that I've had to do it again, so hello. So guys, but because it has been so long between the episodes, I have not loads, I have three FOs to show you. Look at that one hanging there, look at it, it's my Pavement Jumper. I'm going to stand up and get it. Oh. Ta-da! Isn't it lovely? Whoop. So the pattern is the pattern is Pavement by Vera Valmaki, isn't it? Yeah, pronunciation's probably terrible there, but there you go. And yeah, look, it is done. And I've barely had it off me, except for when it's been really hot. Vague summer and all that. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It is knit in merino singles. The top colours are hedgehog fibres, and the bottom colour is one that I dyed because I wanted to make it longer sleeves, and I didn't think I was going to have enough yarn in the 3 walls to do long sleeves, because the pattern is sort of 3/4 length, just below your, what do you call it, the elbow, crook of your arm, your elbow. So we have this top colour. I'll do it where you can see it. Sorry, the light's a bit crap, but there's not much I can do about the sun. So this is Wigwam, Flood, and either Wobble or Wibble, but I think it's Wobble. These are club colours from the Skinny Singles Hedgehog Fibres Club, and I had signed up to 2 rounds of it, so I ended up, and I already had a skein of Skinny Singles, so I had 13 single hanks of yarn. So I thought, right, I'm just going to knit a stripy jumper to use some of it, because I don't really knit shawls or anything. I don't wear them very often, but there we go. So I thought jumper. And then as I was knitting it, I thought, hey, I actually really want a long sleeve jumper, because although a lot of the time I wear my sleeves up, I like to push them up so that I have the option of just sitting like this. So when I worked it out, I wasn't going to have enough yarn in the 3 colours to do long sleeves. So I dyed the bottom gold colour, which is called Focus, and did it in a colour block. I think if I were doing it again, I would have started the colour block probably up around here, maybe. I hadn't actually decided that I was going to do that until I got down to there, so I pretty much joined it straight away. So it does start down a little bit low, but it's fine. I love it. It's my favourite jumper in the entire world, and I have barely had it off me, and it's so warm and cosy and fantastic, and I love it. And it was the easiest pattern. It was so unbelievably easy. Just lots of stuck in it in the round, but that didn't bother me. It was kind of good, just monotonous. Not monotonous, because that's a bad connotation really, but mindless. I could read or watch TV or do whatever. And the neck and the bottom hem are shaped with short rows, so it actually dips down at the front and at the back. I'm not very good at holding this up, am I? And at the back. And it's a really good size. I think I knit what did I knit? I knit I knit the small size in stitch count, but I use smaller needles, so I got the extra small size in measurements, which is what I was going for, and I was really worried. I've complained, not complained, just chatted about that when you knit like raglan jumpers or cardigans or sweaters, the armhole can be like way down here, and it feels, well, this is a baggy jumper, so it's meant to be, but you know, everything else is a bit tight, but the underarm is about here, and it feels a bit weird. So I had complained about that before, chatted about that before. And then when I was knitting this, I was like, oh, actually, that looks really tight in the underarm. Like, oh, it's not going to let me move. But it does, and it's fantastic. It's a really great fit. It's nice and snug, but not restrictively snug. I really, really love it. I love the pattern. It was so easy. I get so many compliments when I'm wearing this. Like, oh, your jumper's great. I'm like, I know, isn't it? It's brilliant. The colours are like crazy, but I think they go really well together. And I have so much of this left over, that I may or may not have fiddled with the numbers and cast one on for Ina. As my friend says, Tanya from the Fine and Dandy Market, that I only have a small window of opportunity to be twinning with her before she's like, get out of my face here, what are you doing, ma? Wise up to yourself. Which is kind of starting to get now, so I'm totally doing twinning. I will have another one of these for Ina. I don't know, where is it? Let's see if I have it. I thought I had it beside me. I did have it beside me when I recorded this on Monday, but no, I don't have it. I don't know where I put it. Monday was a whole week away. I don't have much done anyway. I just have the neck and nearly down to the arms done. I did a mashup between this pattern, and I had already knit Ina the sock yarn baby sweater, so I checked that for numbers and sizes, and then sort of fiddled about a little bit and put the numbers into the pavement pattern. So I think it'll be okay. I think it's going to be a little bit big for her now, so she'll probably have to grow into it, but that's fine. And the neck on this actually goes quite wide, and I don't think I have hers going as wide because the sock yarn baby sweater does, and you can see like her vests and stuff, and it just really gets on my nerves, which is silly, but it does. So wide on the other one, and I think I have hers going in a little bit more. But I'll have to wait until I separate arms and knit down a bit so that I can try it on her to see. But it was really, really quick to knit, and I have so much of this yarn left, which I also don't have beside me. I'm going to go and get them. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. I went and got it. This should really kind of go into when I'm showing the whips, but it's the same jumper. And if I had been thinking ahead, I would have showed that jumper off last, and then it could have like seamlessly transitioned into whips. But I didn't do that, so we'll get on with it. And where did I put it? In my Frida Day of the Dead bag. It's by the what do you call it? The tag thing came off. It's Love of You on EWE on Instagram, Katie. But I can't remember what the thing is. It's like unassembled sweaters maybe, or I don't know. Anyway, I love this bag. It's huge and it holds a lot. So I knit that jumper, and this is everything that I have left. Like huge balls of the hedgehog fibre. See? I use flood the most. It was my favourite, so there is a bit more flood in it than everything else. But there is like plenty of yarn here. And from the two that I dyed, there is quite a lot as well. A little bit of chocolate. So there's lots of the yarn left. And here is, this is a state. I haven't actually lifted this in quite a while. Untangle it a little bit. So here's the jumper for Ina. It's the blinking loop thing at the front, so it's not going to sit properly for me. Right, okay, well we'll have to do it this way. But this is side on, so this is the shoulders down there, and the back and the front. So as you can see, I haven't actually done very much at all. That much. So I have quite a bit to go before I can try it on her, but I mean it's fast enough to knit. And I'm knitting it with 3.75mm needles. So just double check. It's kind of worn off. I love high sharps. 3.75mm. This is my interchangeable set, which I love because look, is this going to fall on me? It is. It swivels. And that isn't it coming loose because it ties in, or it screws in like up here. But this swivels and it has a lifeline hole in it, which is great. But the swiveling means that your cable doesn't get all like kinked and tangled and, you know, up and in your road and annoying the bloody hell out of you. So these are, I love the high interchangeables, are great. But yeah, you can't really see the size on them. You have to try and catch it in the light, which is a bit weird. What size US is that? 3.75mm is a 5 US. There you go. So just knitting those magic loop. Might bring it on holiday with me and see if I can get it not finished but started in some way. Okay, so that's that. And I actually want to show one more thing on this jumper now that I remember. Where's the front? Is this the front? Yeah. Right, so these are like cracky. Wobble and flood. But see like that big flash? And it looks like, what? It just joins up and melds perfectly. I only noticed that when it was hanging up. And I love it. I think it's great. Oh, I love this jumper so much. It's really warm and cozy and just fantastic. And when it gets to a bit colder, although it's quite cold and grey and crap now, which is why the light's a bit naff, I am going to predict that it will not be off me again. Also, I'm in like a peek inside my bedroom because the room where I usually do it in, the window's quite small and to the side, so the light is really crap. I tried it down there and you can't actually see anything, so we're in here for the minute. So I've just set up a webcam in my bedroom. Anyway, so my second FO, I actually have finished about a week after the last podcast, so this is ages ago, and I haven't worn it, or them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I was like, I'm still going to show these off when I do the next podcast, and I haven't got around to it yet. So here they are, my blueberry waffle socks, or shit waffle as I call them. What? 2 socks, 2 finished socks. And you know what? I love them. I really do. I actually love them. What I love even more now is that I can wear them because they've been hanging up on these bloody blockers since way back then. I haven't actually sewn in the ends. They're still like hanging out here. So I just tuck them in because that's what you do. You hide it. You don't fix it. But yeah, and with these, it was 60 stitches. I think I did them on 2.25 or 2.5. I think it was 2. Oh, do you know what? I can't remember. But it's on my Ravelry page, the notes on it. I did them toe up with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and the yarn was Voller Ruddle. I can never pronounce that. Those with umlauts always stymied me when I was studying yarn, and I love it. I love the base. It's like a singles. Oh, yeah, here, if I get this bit out, you can see. So it's like a single ply, but it's lovely, and I love the colour transitions. And I actually have 4 more colourways in this to knit socks from. But yeah, it's great. And the weirdest thing happened when I was knitting these, because as you know, they were my favourite pair of socks to knit ever. So I'm like knitting away on the second sock, turned the heel, and I was like, doo-doo. And the longer I knit it, it started to become like Stockholm syndrome. I was like, well, you know, maybe this pattern isn't too bad after all. No, it is. It's terrible. I hate it. It's the worst pattern in the world for me. Can't count to 2. Ridiculous. No offense to the pattern, I just don't bloody like it. We'll not get into it and breathe. I love the socks though. I do love how they turned out, and I love how the pattern looks, but I just don't like knitting it. So I will never knit that again. But I love my socks. So there we go, a pair of socks. It's my second FO. And I do have one more, which is teeny tiny. I haven't actually finished it. Well, it's finished in the sense that the knitting is finished and the ends are sewn in, but I haven't blocked it, so I haven't trimmed the ends. And also I need to buy ribbon. And it's really hard to hold this up. It was really doing my head in on Monday, but I'll lean it on me so you can see. It is a little teeny tiny baby cardigan. Oh, look at it. I'll hold this over and see if that does it. It's called Little Kimono. Pattern. It's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. And it has, so there's holes here and you thread a ribbon down through the back and up. And that's how it ties closed. So you've got little holes here, yarn over holes. Wow, the light's just gone really crazy. So you tie it, and it's absolutely tiny. I mean, do I have it all about? It's not even a weird statement. Ina has become like addicted to teddies and dolls and all sorts. So they're just littered all over our house because she lets them and carries them about and chews their faces, and then finds another one and goes, "Oh, teddy!" But anyway, so friends of ours had a baby early. It was due in September, and they had it start of August. So I knit, this is well, I thought I was knitting the newborn size, but actually the pattern has extra preemie, and then newborn, so I knit the preemie size. But I mean, the baby was Sally, her name is. It was only 4 pounds, 5 pounds, teeny wee thing, so that she should get a bit of wear out of it, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe a peach ribbon to tie it off, but I'm not quite sure. I just actually need to get my finger out, and I need to get Gareth to get the address, and then I'll send it over with a few bits and pieces. Yeah. Anyway, I knit this in. The arms are stockinette, and the body of it is garter, and it has like this little. I love the edge on it. Oh, this light's ridiculous. It's almost like a fake I-cord, but I knit it in Debbie Bliss Prima. Oh my god, it's like the worst yarn in the entire world. It looks nice. I love how it looks. I love the colour, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. So it's a bamboo merino mix, I think. I'm looking over there because I did have a label sitting there for ages, but I think I threw it out. But it's the worst. I mean, I know when you get yarn, there can be a knot or a join in it. Like, that's fine. They have to happen somewhere in runs of yarn. They do have to be joined together, and that's fine. These are 50-gram balls, and like I found 2 knots in one, and I don't mean a knot like a really crap join. I mean, we're just like freaking tying a shoelace here. We're just tying a knot and get on with it. And a 50-gram ball, 2 knots. In what way could that possibly be the wrong end of the? Very, very annoying. And I bought this yarn ages ago. Like when I first started knitting, and I was like, oh, it's really nice, and knit myself a cardigan out of it, and I think I knit the back and maybe a bit of a front. It's in the box of doom in there anyway that I don't go in. And I remembered when I was knitting this why I'd stopped, because it was just really bloody annoying. So I actually had to use 3 balls of yarn in this. It weighs 103 grams, but I had to use 3 balls of yarn because of all the knots and stuff. It was just ridiculous. And in one of them, I could have only used 2, but in the second ball there was a knot near the end. I was like, oh, for frig's sake. So I went to rejoin it, do a proper join, but it turned out that the little bit that was knotted on was only about like 3 meters long, and then there's another big knot. What is even the point of that? So I had to get a new ball. Anyway, pain in the butt. And then the new ball that I got out didn't have any knots to where I was knitting in it, and I literally only needed maybe 2 or 3 grams out of it. But I could see a big knot poking through the ball from somewhere. It was just, I'd say I'd never knit with it again, but I probably will knit some baby things just to use it up, because it is nice, and it's nice and squidgy and thick, and it has a really lovely sheen to it. So it is nice. That is my third. Almost FO, practically FO, wannabe FO. Anyway, there you go. It's done. There we go. 3 FOs, and it's only like 2 months, whatever, between the 2 podcasts. So that's really good going on my part. I have a half object, but I don't know where I put it. Actually, I probably, never mind the rustling here, guys. Yeah, no, I don't know where it is. Story of my life. What is here? No, okay, it's gone. I had knit Ina a baby sock from the Knit Picks Felicia and Ever After, because we went camping in Sligo and I get really bad travel sickness, so I can't knit really in the car. But I bought the travel bands and they kind of work, so I just cast on a little baby sock so that I could mindlessly knit on something for a few stitches, stop knit, and I think I managed to get one stripe on with even in the car before it was like, no, done. So it was in that, and I will come back to that when I show you what I get, which isn't actually much, and some I can't show you. Well, that's not that I can't, I've chosen not. Anyway, I'll get to that. Right, so whips. Now on to my whips. Yeah, I'll show this because I went downstairs and got it. I was knitting Gareth the brioche cowl. The brioche cowl. Here it is. I'm about halfway done. This light is atrocious. I'm hoping that the marker has just fallen off. And oh no, it's okay. So I had stopped knitting on this because I actually made a real balls up of it. Up, you can see there. So why am I showing you my mistakes now? Well, sure, why not? Here, you see like the brown stitch goes over. Oh look, and there's another one. Yeah, I made a couple of cock-ups in this and just made me not want to knit on it at all. Can you see? Yeah, there's one there. And there's one there. There's probably another one or two in there somewhere. Anyway, I just MacGyvered it. I just built on and went, yeah, fine, maybe knit those together and throw that. Yeah, so it's fine. But I haven't really been knitting on it much because I'm not enjoying knitting on it. I actually think that I don't like the gauge. I think it's a bit too loose. I like things to be a bit tighter, so this is too loose for me. But I mean Gareth will like it and get it finished. The colourways are, they're my own. They're Portobello and just a semi-solid grey that I dyed to contrast with it. So the Portobello's got some nice little, this light is friggin' mental. Sorry, I do try to get places with decent light so you can see colours properly, but it's not working. But I haven't actually been knitting on that. I haven't knit a lot, I think, since the last time I showed you. Probably about another inch, which is why I showed it again. But I must get back to it. God love me, very rarely gets things from me. Well, I have promised to knit him a fingering weight jumper. He dyed the yarn for it and everything, so that's, although I did say he can have it for your 40th birthday because there's just no way I'll have it done. So that's one. And then I did cast on Rhombeil with the Drops Air. I don't like it, so I'm gonna frog it. I kept it just to show you guys. This is, yeah. So I don't even know what size I cast on. I just cast on and started knitting. The pattern's okay, but I really don't like the yarn. It's, now you're gonna say, oh Terry, you're an absolute doofus, because it's called Drops Air, but it's just too airy. I don't like it. It's like it's not there, and I mean there's no weight to it at all. I mean obviously there is because it's sold in weight, but no, it's not for me. And it's really fuzzy, and it's just not for a jumper for me at all. So I'm going to frog it, but knit up really. It's Aaron, so that actually knit up in no time at all. I think I was watching Captain America on Netflix or something for a bit. But it took me that far to realise I just wasn't liking it. I find it unpleasant to knit with because it's so airy and not there. I'm like, oh, it's a bit weird. And it left fuzzy hairs over everything, and that was really annoying. But I don't know, so I'll destash this or just put it in the box of doom for a few years. I don't know. It's a nice colour though. And look, I'm wearing pink. I've actually been branching out in the colour spectrum of my clothes, so not just black and white and grey. Pink! And that has been living in my pimped up Hawthorne Cottage Craft Lampaka bucket bag. Hawthorne Cottage Craft. So I have quite a few badges on here that I find this probably Sligo or Bray or somewhere. I found it on the ground and I was like, oh well, I'm having that. These two are from when I did the Terry Pratchett Famous Fan Club. I've had that for about 10 years. I found it in a cupboard. I was like, yeah, I'll stick it on. And these two were for some order that I got. Clothes I bought for Ina and they came with it. So I was like, oh, I'll stick those on too. So that's that one. And then what else am I knitting? Other than nosing about here. Sorry, Ina's napping and I thought I heard her there. The skiff hat. Oh. I actually need to join. I stopped knitting this last night because I need to join the second ball of yarn. Yeah, I did hear. I'm gonna have to be dead quick here. So, skiff. I am knitting the folded brim version, so that is a lot of ribbing. 6.5 inches of ribbing. And then on to the cables. So I have never actually knit a cable pattern. Was quite so involved, or had you doing stuff like nearly all the time. Usually it was like, you know, the sort of socks on the plane, easy cable, oh, cross that one, yeah, and then you're finding it for 7 or 8 rows. But I'm loving it. It's actually really easy and intuitive, and I've kind of memorised it already. I made a couple of cock-ups because I haven't been paying attention. Crossed these cables a row too late because I forgot, and then I forgot to do one of them, so it's crossed a row late on that last. I don't care. I really don't care. You can't tell that badly. But I am really enjoying knitting this hat. And the colourway is Hayloft. It's Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. I really, really love this yarn. I have to say, it's like squishy and has that little bit of tack or something to it, which is probably the lanolin or whatever. But it's just going to be so warm and so cozy. The only thing is, now I wasn't just that I'm kind of falling out of love with colour, but not the colour itself. The colour itself is grand, like I like it, you know, it's lovely. It's a goldeny yellow, orange, brown, green loveliness. It's just for me. I don't know if I want it as my hat. I don't know if it's just gonna rinse me out or make my freckles. I don't care about freckles, like, but basically I want a pink one. I want one in Camper, I think the colourway is called. So I don't know, I'll knit this and then I'll knit 3 of these. It's been going really, really quickly. It's worsted weight, and I will finish this one probably while I'm away, and then cast on another one. I was trying to see if Gareth would want this, but it would really not look nice on him, this colour at all. Not on his head anyway. So I don't know, maybe I'll finish it and try it on and it'll be lovely. But it's the skiff hat. It's a paid for pattern. It's a Brooklyn Tweed pattern, and it's lovely. I really, really love it. It's going to be such a nice hat when it's finished. And yeah, dead squishy and great. So yeah, and it's so weird because when you're used to knitting with sock yarn or fingering weight yarn, like for Pavement Jumper or socks or whatever, moving on to thicker yarn, you're like, dum, what? How have I knit that much already? It flies. It really does fly off the needles. So, although in saying that baby cardigan took forever, because you're like, oh yeah, it's just a wee baby cardigan, it's fine. But no, that's like the width of a big person's cardigan near enough. Because the kimono and the fold over, so there's like 150 or 200 stitches. I can't remember. I might be making that up, but there were a lot. There were a lot of stitches, so this took me a lot longer than I thought it would. Also, I'm slow at knitting garter. I think the collar's higher up when usually you're purling into your knitting. I know that's what Kara told me anyway. We discussed this ages ago. But yeah, so that's what I've been knitting. I haven't really had a lot of time to be doing much knitting. Been squeezing it in though, as you do. So that is that. And I'm trying to look around to see if I have any other. Oh, there's this little thing. I did a dye workshop on Tuesday. And one of the girls there is Nikki from the Belfast Stitch and Bitch group. And she gave me this. So it's got like a little keyring hook thing at the end, and a crochet hook, which is a size 3 for fixing your mistakes, and a little donut on it. It's dead cute. And actually, Nikki, it came in so bloody handy because last night I purled a stitch I should have knit all the way around. So every time I got to it, I was like, fixing it with my wee thing, which just happened to be in that bag. So thank you, that was very handy. I like it. I can't remember where she said she got them. You know, she has like a trillion of them. Oh my god, and she also has 52 balls of yarn that she bought this week. Life goals. That's all I'm saying. Life goals. Good on you, Nikki. And apparently some of it's my fault because I liked a photo of Countess of Blaze and she was like, oh, I must have that yarn. You must have that yarn and it's lovely. Good on you for buying it. Okay, so there are all my whips as I'm just looking around to make sure. I haven't actually bought any yarn other than that Knit Picks order, which I talked about last time and has arrived in the meantime. So I bought 2 of these and one I've knit Ina the wee sock in, which I just don't know where it is. No, I don't know where it is. So it's somewhere. I also got this colour. Dark Side. I really love this one. I want this to be socks for me, but I'm kind of not in a sock knitting mood. I haven't touched a sock other than the wee one for Ina. And even then I sort of force myself to knit it. I just want to knit all of the jumpers. All of the time. That's it. Don't want to knit anymore. But anyway, I have these for when the sock mojo returns. So I have Dark Side. And this is the first fleecy that I've ever had, and it's it's really soft. It's like super duper soft. And the reason that I bought them in the first place, which one's upside down? This one's upside down. There you go. Time Traveller. I love this. I'm actually going to knit just socks from the toe up until it runs out for me. I love it. It makes really, really soft socks. So it's great. I like these. And then to get free shipping, obviously, I think I was £1 or £2 down. So I chucked in this Wool of the Andes Sport 50 grams. This was the knit Ina hat before I actually bought the Brooklyn Tweed. And I have a much nicer colour for her. But I'm sure this will not go to waste. I mean, when does yarn ever go to waste? So there are the yarns that I bought. The other thing I bought was for my birthday, which is in 2 weeks. Do you know I'm going to be 30 in 2 weeks? Yeah, it's my birthday. It's my birthday on the 17th of September and I will be 30. Running joke, I tell everybody. What I was doing. Can't remember what I was doing. Anyway, so the other stuff I bought is technically a birthday present. So I will show it next time, which I promise will not be months. I promise that I will try not to have it be months. That's I might do one when I'm away if I get much done. Anyway, so I will show that then. And then I bought for my birthday. I always buy myself birthday presents as well. Why not? So I saw this online on Instagram. I actually think it came up on the Explore feed, but I love Labyrinth. I love it. It's like my favourite childhood film. So when this came up, it's Slip Stitch Studio. I think there's the tag. Slip Stitch Studio. I had to buy it. So it's just a little, their small one. Drawstring sock bag, which I haven't used yet. It only arrived yesterday. So it is quite teeny tiny, but enough to have like my hat in, or Ina's hat, or socks or anything, and I love it. What I don't love, right, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here because it's bloody ridiculous, is customs. I mean, paying tax, you have to pay tax, that's fine, whatever, right? But it's just because it's getting so prohibitive to buy stuff from America, and you see all these yarns and like stuff like this that you want, and you think, oh, that's nice, and you want to support other makers and your friends, and you're like, yeah, I'll buy them. I bought a skein of yarn, which I think I showed on here, did I? Maybe the first one or two, I can't remember. From my friend Vanessa, Lene Yarns. You should check her out, she's great. But by the time you pay like postage, which I don't really quibble that much about postage either, it's just postage is postage. And then it arrives and you have to pay customs. And customs is 20%, and that's fine. Well, it's not, but I mean it is, I suppose. But then they put the handling fee on. Fuck off with your handling fee, £8.50. I mean, this bag, right? This bag costs $32. Not only is the pound shit at the minute anyway, $32 and then like, I don't know, $10 postage or something, and then it arrives and I have to pay another effing £12.83. This was a £40 project bag. I'm sorry, I love it. I do love it, and I did have to have it, and I kind of put blinkers on when I know it's my birthday, but I would never have bought that otherwise. No, and it's a great bag, I absolutely love it, but £40 handling fee. Seriously, absolute bloody joke. Rant over. I mean, no, it's not. It's so bloody frustrating, and you really want to like buy these things and support people that you've met online, support friends and all of that, and then you just the shipping and the handling and the handling fee and the customs charge and all that balls cost more than the bloody bag does or the yarn does. It's anyway, I love it. After that, I really do love it. It's got a polka dot fabric on the inside with a little pocket, 2 pockets. Well, it's one split in 2. And apparently it is reversible, but I haven't turned it inside out because I haven't used it. And look, they're glittery. So it's lovely. I really, 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 really like it. It's really well made. Beautiful bag. I love it. And I love Labyrinth, so I'd like to say, oh, I'd never buy one again, but yeah, I do love Labyrinth. I love it. Anyway, I could have put Hoggle on it though. Anyway, this is nipping it. I love it. It's great. So that is all I have bought. Now I will show you some yarns. Oh, because tonight, hopefully I can get this up beforehand. Tonight is the Irish Dye Junkies Market Night, and the theme is insects. So all of the photos are up in preview in the Facebook album. I'll just show you some because I have them here. I've taken the photos and stuff. I'm never as organised to have yarns that are going in a shop update or a market night or whatever ready to show at the same time I do a podcast. I'm useless. Anyway, so here's one. This is little pollinator. You can see it has teeny tiny, and I do mean teeny tiny, black, dark and silvery grey flecks through it, speckles. But I mean they're microscopic and they're random. There aren't lots of them. I wonder if I can see. Maybe there. Oh no, you can't really see in the light. But anyway, there's a couple. I have 2 of these. It's a gradient. It's nice. I have 2, but I don't have the other one caked up yet. It's on my to-do list. It's like labeling. I will do that this evening. 2 of those. And then there is this one, which is called Wingtip. So it's got like little... I actually always love looking at these ends. I don't know why. Speckles and flecks and pale bits and dark bits, and these are the way they're wound up. You don't even want to see. There's 4 of these anyway. These are on core socks at 75/25 superwash merino and nylon. But yeah, like here, if you can see, like the blend and flecks of colour. These are beautiful. If I do say so myself, I really, really like these ones. Oh, it's pretty. And I actually do think I took notes for dyeing this as well, so that's one of the first for me. I'm usually pretty useless at doing that. Yeah, here's one. This one is Little Green. I don't even know how to say this word. I always look it up
and then I'm like, well, that's how you say it, and then I forget. It's become a thing. Cicada, CICADA, there you go. Little green one of those. So it's green and it has like black and grey and pink. Can you see those? So there you go. There's lots of like little speckles and tones through it, and yellow. See, I try to show a couple at a time because the colours mix through differently depending on what way you twisted them to wind them up. So to skin them up. So you think, oh, that looks different to that one. You're like, yeah, well, they're the same. It's just the colours pop out, or they might be hidden on the inside. So I have 4 of these. And these are on Groove Sock, which is 80/20 Superwash Merino nylon. These ones, oh crikey, what have I done? Just pulling the brioche coil off the needles there. This one, so this one sparkles, but you might be able to pick it up. Can't see a little bit. I have, well, this one sparkles, these 2 are just, I have 2 of these ones which are just Groove Sock. It's called Beetle Bum, and it's like an iridescent sort of a mix of colour. Oh, this light is atrocious. Anyway, I really like this one as well. I really like that one. Yeah, so there's 3 of those total. One sparkle and 2 dot sparkle. This one is great. So the colours are that's probably about right. This is white cabbage moth butterfly. Cabbage butterfly. So it's like a pale colour. Oh, I'm totally blanking on right now. Yeah, pale-ish. Does that sound terrible? And it's got little tiny flecks of blue and grey, like black grey in it, and green, and some teeny tiny ones of like a yellow, and then blends of green. So if you look up those butterflies, you'll see. Do the ones that fly around your garden all the summer, they're everywhere, the whitey green ones. That's what these are based on. And there's 3 of these, and these are merino singles. It's, what is it? I'm useless today. Superwash merino singles, 366 meters. I call it sofa and green. Yeah. I have lots of colours actually sitting here. This one has been reskeined, and this one hasn't. Collage caterpillar, and it was the hungry caterpillar inspired this one. So not a real insect, but real enough. So there's the overlapping colours, they blend together. I have 2 on Groove Sock, and I have 2 on Core DK, which is 75/25 merino nylon, superwash merino nylon, and 225 meters. So there's those 2, and then so these are the last 2. Oh crikey! I'm gonna take that off because the other ones don't have labels on it, so I'll take that off. Fire Ant. And it's on Groove Sock, so it's reds and browns and blacks and sort of burgundies and russets and a little bit of orange. And finally, blowing this out entirely. So this is Pupilling Moth. So moth pupils are quite dark and they can be burgundy and red and stuff. So this is a mix of like, there's very light oranges, maroons, purples, there's a bit of black blending in for depth. It's very hard to see. It's like multi-tonal. I have 2 of those in there on Core Sock. Wow, that was a lot. I want to show you this. This is a Cobalt colourway I dyed. Wow, look how bright that is. I want to knit myself a cardigan. The Reagan cardigan. It's paid for on Ravelry, and I think it's Isabel Kramer. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will try and do show notes and put it properly in there. So I dyed this. I've actually been like flip-flopping back and forth on what colour I want to knit it. So I dyed it this colour. I dyed this colour just for the shop, and then the girls, like the WhatsApp group, the Willpigs, were like, yeah, you should knit it in that. So I dyed up a couple, but now I'm not sure. I think it might be too bright for beside my face because it'll be up here. And also it reminds me of my school uniform, which wasn't quite that bright, but I was called Postman Pat at a bus stop, so take from that what you will. that's quite a nice colour. I just don't know if I would wear it, if I would feel like I was putting a uniform on again. I don't know, I'll have to see. I want to dye something anyway to bring with me, because we're going on holiday on Monday. I'm going on holiday on Monday, so shop and such will be closed. So if you do buy from the market night tonight, and thank you very much if you do, I will have everything that is bought this weekend packaged and posted out on Monday before we head away. But anything bought after that, I'm not back until Thursday the following week. So everything else will be sorted after that. I think that's it. Actually, I don't really think of anything else to show or say or talk about. No. Oh, a shop update. I was going to try and fit one in for not next Friday, the Friday after, the 16th, the day before my birthday, because it's my 30th birthday on the 17th September. So I was going to try and fit one in for them, but it was just too much to do, trying to get it ready for, and then being away, just so that it was ready for me coming back to put live. So I probably do that the following week, but I'm going to have little birthday treats because it's my 30th, so every order from that shop update, which I will do 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 23rd, maybe? The 23rd? That's a Friday. Yeah. I think I might do it on the 23rd of September. Any order placed then in that shop update will get a little prize, a little present. So it could be a small little present, could be a big present, and a little bit of surprise. It'll be like a random lottery. But just a little thank you for supporting me in my business. That's great. And for being really patient with me getting this other podcast out. And I promise, Scouts Honour, Virgine's Honour, really, Guides Honour, that I was a Virgin leader, that I will try and do that. So Gareth is coming upstairs. I'm going to go.